Hello, my name is Carolina Cipres. I'm Director of Research at Zaragoza Logistics Centre, and today I wanted to present a session on the introduction to the Living Labs concept. The agenda for the session will be, first of all, to understand what a Living Lab is, and then to see specifically what Living Labs are in LEAD and which Living Labs we have, and concretely Madrid and The Hague that are the Living Labs that the course is going to focus on. So what is a Living Lab? A Living Lab is a test environment, but it allows for cyclical development and evaluation, and it happens in real life, and it happens in real life operations, and it involves multiple stakeholders, and this is where the complexity comes. It's important to differentiate a Living Lab from just a pilot or a test, not only in the terms of complexity that I just mentioned, or the iterative way of dealing with a Living Lab, but also because this involvement of stakeholders is not only bringing complexity, but is bringing the possibility of true co-creation of solutions. All the stakeholders involved can together co-create the solutions to be tested. But specifically, when we are looking at LEAD project, how is this validation happening in Living Labs? You will see across the course that we will have digital twins linked to the Living Labs. So the digital twin is going to mimic what is happening in the real life in the Living Labs in the 6 cities in the project. We will see which cities there are later on. But the approach for these Living Labs is first to define the value case scenarios that are going to be tested and to define the KPIs to be measured on those Living Labs. And those KPIs can be measured in the digital twin and then in the Living Lab real life. Also, this digital twin is going to have a library of models, and a combination of those models can be applied to different Living Labs, but the library will have all of them to be accessible. And then the models will provide data that are going to mimic what is happening in the real life, but also data from the Living Labs is going to be input to the digital twins. And this will enable us to evaluate and assess the Living Labs. The Living Labs are going to test what we call LEAD strategies. So a combination of these 4 groups of strategies will be tested in all Living Labs. And these strategies range from innovative business models like capacity sharing or crowd shipping, but also agile freight storage and distribution with micro hubs or parcel lockers, low emission delivery vehicles with cargo bikes or electric vehicles, and smart data-driven logistics solutions, because this is a data-driven project, and this is where the digital twin comes into place. So what are the LEAD Living Labs? Which are the cities where we are going to test LEAD strategies? We have a range of cities trying to represent the diversity of European cities. So for instance, we have Madrid, that is going to transform a parking lot into an urban consolidation center. So the micro hub strategy is going to be tested here. Then we have The Hague with integrated last mile logistics with demand supply matching platforms. Among others, they have crowd shipping. Lyon, validation of last mile distribution models, also with a micro hub. Budapest with spatial planning of inner city loading areas with mobile depots, but also fuel cell trucks. Oslo, that is also going to test crowd shipping, but linked to the mass transit network. And Porto, that is the business-oriented Living Lab, is going to turn retail stores into electric charging stations. The Living Lab approach to be tested in LEAD is horizontal to all Living Labs, and it consists of 3 phases. So first we have the community setup, the communities of practice setup, and we will see in another session what the communities of practice are. But then the problem will be defined and the KPIs will be also set for the Living Lab. The second phase is the Living Lab implementation plan, where we are also inputting the baseline measurements for the KPIs, but also the specifications for the development of the Living Lab. And the last phase is the actual implementation in the Living Lab that is totally linked with the digital twin. As I mentioned, it's mimicking what is happening in the Living Lab, and it's a loop, as you can see in the image, because they feed each other with data. As I mentioned in the beginning, the course is only going to focus on 2 of those Living Labs, so you can see the details on what is going on. And one of these Living Labs is Madrid. As you can see, well, Madrid is an important logistics hub. It's also linked to Atlantic and Mediterranean TEN-T corridors, but it's important to notice that it's a congested area and they face challenges also in terms of air quality and also potential regulations because of the low emission zones in the city center. So with all that and also the rise of e-commerce, the Madrid Living Lab is going to develop a micro hub that is joining together public and private partners because a parking lot is going to be turned into an urban consolidation center that is operated by a logistics company. And the distribution from this parking lot that is in the city center is going to happen with low emission vehicles, so cargo bikes or electric vehicles. So this is the business model that is proposing. The Hague is also a congested city, so they face the same challenges in terms of urban distribution. But the solution that the Hague is going to test is different because indeed what they are going to try is a mix of logistics services across platforms. And platforms can vary from crowd shipping to cargo delivery to fresh products consolidation. So all different platforms that are going to be tested will be connected, and this is the methodology to be applied in the Hague. The hyper-connected city. The hyper-connected city methodology is not only connecting physically the city through hubs and throughout the network, but it's also connecting the city digitally, and this is where these platforms come into place. This is all from my side. Thank you so much.